Hey guys, welcome to the channel. It's Excoundrel here. If I sound like I've got a very snotty nose, it's because I do. I'm feeling quite blocked. Now, big patch. This has been not 13.2, it's 13.1c. 13.2 has been delayed. There's a lot of changes coming in 13.2. So, we are going to go over all the changes in 13.1c. There is loads, absolutely loads. We've had 2 patches of really turbulent metas, and we're going to get it again, I think, on this patch. Before we get into it, though, thanks to G2A for sponsoring the channel. Reference link in the description below. And if you do like my TFT content, it would mean the world to me if you could drop me a comment, a like, and maybe even subscribe if you want to. Because I'm really loving getting back into TFT again, so it's really cool. So I'm going to read through it, and I'm going to read the sort of some of the text as well. Our release capabilities will be affected by an ongoing issue that's prevented us from releasing patch 13.2 in its entirety. So we're going to go to 13.1c, which includes the bulk of our balance-related changes intended for 13.2. Okay. Right now, Aegis is mostly used because it's good, strong, and endgame units. We're strengthening the later tiers of Aegis, so running potentially weaker units can still be correct in all magic damage lobbies. Don't expect our Brawler 8 changes to resuscitate the Brawler vertical comp. We're happy to get our Sure Shot nerf into your hands, as we've seen 2 Sure Shot provide too much value in endgame boards that are able to store with powerful front lines. Yep, cool. Admins on death mana going down to 20. Admin on death chance to drop gold to 33%. Aegis magic resist is getting buffed significantly in the late game, so 4 Aegis going all the way up to 90 magic resist. Brawler health is getting a very small 9% buff at Brawler health 8, which I don't think is a huge deal changer, considering that you already need like a Brawler heart or a Brawler crest to get there. Duelist attack speed per stack at 4 and 6 is coming down by 1%. So overall, a pretty significant nerf given the number of stacks that they've got. This is just to reduce the power of like the mid-game boards, especially 4 and 6 duelists in round 3 is very strong. Laser Corp drone damage is getting nerfed because, as I've just done a video today, Laser Corp is in a pretty good spot right now, especially the 3 and 6 versions of Laser Corp. So they're getting nerfed because it was a pretty strong, reliable top 4 comp. Mascot at 4 and 6 is getting buffed by 0.25 and by 1% again. Spellslinger is getting buffed by 5, 10, and then eventually 15. And Sure Shot is getting nerfed at its 2 version by 2%. As a reminder, Ash's Ranger focus scaled with her attack damage to give her more attack damage. So giving her 5 AD here is really giving her 7 AD when casting her ability. With supers in check, we're able to give some power back to Gangplank's base spell. Lulu's getting less glitter and more lance. So Ash is getting an AD buff, which is pretty nice. It's going to make her more of a powerful early game carry. Gangplank trial by fire damage is going up. So he's going up at rank 1, up by 15 at rank 2, and up by 25 at rank 3. Maybe some like Gangplank 3 comps that could be viable. Lulu glitter lance damage is going up by 40 in the late game. So the Lulu reroll carry augment could be really strong with this. Wukong stone skin and armor magic resist is coming down at every rank by 20 at rank 3 as well, which is a pretty significant nerf at rank 3. So the Wukong mech reroll comps, the video that we just did on Monday, definitely going to be hit a little bit here. We intended to ship this Ezreal buff. We're buffing him with targeted abilities. Her old damage at 3-star was 600, had even more range, and was greatly enhanced by instance nerf supers. This is not a resurrection. Okay, so as you can guess, Ezreal is getting a buff. So he's getting a pretty significant buff at rank 3. So reroll Ezreal, Rising Spellforce reroll Ezreal was already very good. Now it's going to be even better. Fiora's getting a slight buff to her healing at rank 3, although rank 3 Fiora was never a massive carry anyway. Lee Sin armor and magic resist is going up by 50. Lee Sin's safeguard attack damage ratio is going up by 30% at rank 3, 35% at rank 2, and 25% at rank 1. So the super tank Lee Sin Hearts actually could be really strong. So Lee Sin as a frontliner for Hearts in a good spot. Rel health going up by 50, good, because I thought Rel was probably one of the most useless defenders. And YUUMI prowling projectile damage is getting buffed ever so slightly across the board. So maybe a return of YUUMI comps. I actually wouldn't be too upset to see a return of YUUMI comps, because YUUMI being out of the meta just made it so easy to go for like these 4-cost reroll comps, these 4-cost Sett Samira comps, which is just obnoxious. Zoe is getting a base damage buff across the board, so maybe a return of Zoe carry, because it's already kind of fringe right now, but it's pretty nice to see that. Some tier 4. Okay, so Belveth's getting buffed. We went back and forth. Ultimately, we decided to do too much damage. Cool. Aurelian Soul, Meteor Shower is going up in damage, which is nice. He feels a bit underwhelming. Belveth, Endless Banquet attack damage ratio is getting buffed by 25% every rank, which is super nice. So Belveth might actually be a genuinely viable carry. She still feels like she's not a particularly viable carry. Misfortune Bullet Time, first damage is getting nerfed by 5, and then 30 at rank 3, but we never usually see her at rank 3, so let's say that the 5 is the most important. And then subsequent damage is also getting nerfed by 5. Considering that she fires a crap ton of waves, that is actually a pretty significant damage nerf to Misfortune. Samira Flare base damage is getting nerfed. Samira Flare attack damage ratio is also getting nerfed. So Samira is going to be doing significantly less damage. However, apparently they've bug fixed her. We're looking at the bug fix, so that might mean that you know she might actually still be decent with the bug fix. Sorry that my nose is so blocked. Sejuani getting a health buff and a magic resistant armor buff, which is super nice because she needs to be a more competitive, viable frontline carry. So I like that. Sett is getting a mana nerf. Oh my gosh, he's getting a 30 mana nerf. So he's going to be casting his ability way less often, which is super good. Which actually I think is the right way to nerf him because he was just casting that ability too often. Viego, Heartbreaker, Fall Off damage is getting, I think that's nerfed. So it's going to be doing less damage when it kills someone now. And Zed's Empower Kill Mode Sunder is going to do more armor shred. So an extra bit of armor shred, which is pretty good. I'm sorry, I really need to go blow my nose. I'm so sorry. Give me a second. I'm bringing the toilet paper in. Okay. Encouraging Felios Automation use of Inferno guns. His Graviton Purple Stun is still the default choice due to its utility. We're doubling down on the identity of guns and reducing the damage and scaling of Graviton even more, while increasing the scaling of Inferno and his base damage of both Inferno and Severum. It's time to make the sad boy less sad and give him a sword while giving him Inferno or blue or red well. His attack damage is going up. His Graviton ratio is coming down by 20% at every rank. The base damage is coming down as well. Oh my god, like you ever get 3-star Aphelios, it's like it's going from 2,000 to 500. Okay. Stun duration also coming down at rank 1, but it will be the same at rank 2. 15 seconds stun on. It's almost, why would you ever not take the 15 seconds stun? That's ridiculous. The spell, 50 on Infernum. So 50 AD ratio on Infernum. And the base spell damage is coming up. And the cone radius is going up. Severum base spell damage is going up by 10 at every rank. But Infernum seems like it's getting a massive, massive buff here. So that might even be the go-to if you can get some AD items on Aphelios. If you can't put any items on Aphelios, it's probably always going to be Graviton because of the utility. But if you can get some AD items on Aphelios, that's really, really, really good. Nunu and Willem is getting a magic resist buff as well. Corpse Focus, base attack speed is coming down by 5%, I guess because Ash just got buffed. Galio, Justice Punch mana reduction. So Galio reroll maybe going to be an important one. Talon, Oxyon range, base damage and ability power coming down by 2. Re-energize mana restore coming down by 10%, but I still think that's going to be an extremely strong augment anyway. Endless Pizza, missing health percentage by 3%, and is getting a 1 second increase on proc time, so that won't be such a strong augment. Cleansing Safeguard, missing health percentage heal is going to be up by 6%, which is really nice with the Lee Sin buffs. You know, you could have actually a really, really solid Lee Sin carry or like tank carry with this augment. Siphoning Winds, Omnivamp's coming back up because that was a very significant nerf that they gave to Omnivamp, and I think Yasuo carry, like 3-star Yasuo carry, dropped off. Increase on Cho'Gath's augments because no one ever picks them. Relentless Assault is coming back up because Jack's carry obviously dropped off, although Relentless Assault, if you had Ginsu's Rage Blade, wasn't the most insane augment anyway. Frostburn, bonus damage percent going up by 100%. Misfortune, Bunny Mercenary, shield health coming down by 50. And Syndra, power overwhelming, bonus of AP, AD, MR, and armor going up by 10. So the carry Syndra augment going to be slightly better. But the most significant changes are the endless pizza changes. The Oxy and range base damage. Although I noticed that they haven't changed Bleeding Edge. So Talon carry probably still very viable. Cruel Pact is getting a nerf because it is ridiculously strong. So they're not going to nerf the health it costs. So you can still go very aggressively in the early game. But they are going to nerf the health regen that you get by 33%. So you're going to get 33% less health back, which is going to, unfortunately, mean you have less wiggle room in the late game if you don't get it right or don't get lucky with Cruel Pact. Radiant Runa's Hurricane attack speed's coming down by 20%. Radiant Spear of Shojin ability power is going up by 20. Spear of Shojin mana on third attack on the Radiant version going up by 10. Anima Visage health coming down, but the regen per set coming down by 1.5%, which is a very, very, very big nerf. And it might feel that if you have a set or a frontliner with this item, they might now feel slightly killable. Death Dance Omnivamp going up by 5%. Dragon Claw max health regen coming down by 1% because that item was very strong. Infinity Force now also grants 25 mana and 25 critical strike chance, so that item's going to get a buff. It was already pretty good in my opinion. The Manizune Mana Restore is getting cut because that item was OP as shit. And the Collector attack damage is coming down as well, just because that really should feel like a utility gold generation item, I think, more than just like a straight-up AD buff. Okay, so the reverting part of the set buffs. Oh, that's what we've already seen. So that's the hot fixes that we saw. System changes. So we saw those hot fixes already. I guess I should probably say, if you haven't seen them already, Fiddlesticks damage got nerfed. Jack's damage got rebuffed. They nerfed Mecha. They nerfed Renegade. They nerfed Sett's damage. Urgot's attack damage came down as well. And the two Urgots bug, where two Urgots did way more damage than they were supposed to, also got buffed. Got nerfed. After a long patch, we've learned a lot about what augment distributions are. Okay. I think we've already seen this. Yeah, we've already seen those. Yeah, this is something we've already seen. So this is the mid-patch update. Cool. So we've gone through it all. All in all, I'm expecting this to actually have a significant impact on the meta. More reroll comps coming back in. Hopefully some one-cost reroll comps. YUUMI might be viable again. The YUUMI Nyla comp that you've been seeing will probably be viable again. And hopefully, Misfortune, Samira, and Sett will be a much more manageable level. Let's see how it plays out. It's going to be going live on Thursday. What do you guys think? Like, what do you guys think of these meta changes? I think these are some sensible decisions. Hopefully make the meta a bit more bearable and a bit more playable. And hopefully should introduce some more comps back into the meta, which would be really nice. So I'm glad they're making these changes. It's a good patch. Good patch.